Peace, 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 peace to Yahuwah. How everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. I know I am. You are now listening to Consultation Wednesday with your boy Jonah Bay. We have an up and coming class this weekend. Go to jonahbay.com to get your tickets. It's on the executorship. If y'all really want to control this straw man, this is the way. I'm showing y'all all the rules of what they say to do to be able to do it. So y'all ain't got no excuse not to be there. Be there or be square. You know what I mean? Y'all already missed 3 classes. It's the 4th. You feel me? With that being said, I'm going to pick up on what I was reading Monday, which is hold on 1 second, 5. The history of the probate court. Well, Jonah, why you reading about probate court anyway? Oh, you don't know? The estate, your straw man, was created from the probate court. Your birth certificate came from probate. Your birth certificate is the thing that created everything in commerce in the straw man's name. It is the creation of the straw man, right? So first you get the birth certificate, and who gives you the birth certificate is the registrar of birth certificates. He's an officer of probate court. He's also the public official of all straw mans, right? So it came out of probate from the very beginning. So then you take that birth certificate, they go get you a social security card. That is a card or a number that is used to make public securities, i.e., social security card. So it is for public. Social means public. Security means securities, as in stocks, bonds, securities, instruments, right? Or for the estate. The estate is the last name. The last name. The authorized representative or signature of the estate is your first and middle name. That's actually your real name. Your real name is only your first and middle name. For me, that's Jonah John. And the Scott belongs to my family, or that's my tribe. So then, beyond you knowing it, you're filling out applications. When you fill out the applications, y'all are creating trust agreements. Well, Jonah, how do I know y'all creating trust agreements? Well, if you was in my class, you would have found out that every bank, every time you do an application, they got to do a Form 56 within 10 days of you doing that application. They got to have that 56 done. They're doing all types of IRS paperwork, forms for the estate. Y'all don't know this. It's in the private. That's part of the gap. The gap principle, accounting principles, that's on the private side. Now, they got you bared on the cross. What is the cross? What are you talking about? Jonah, well, in gap principle, see that? See that? See that? That's a spreadsheet of both sides of the ledger. One side is the estate, one side is Jonah John, right? Now, one side is debtor, one side is the creditor. So the creditor is the estate side. The debtor is the straw man side, Jonah John, right? And they're doing all the paperwork to do debits and credits from side to side on the cross or the accounting spreadsheet, aka the gap, the private side. All y'all see is the public side, the debtor side. Jonah John getting mad bills. Your first and middle is getting mad bills. So we in probate to learn about the background of this. That's why I'm taking you in probate, to learn the background of this. So that's why we're talking about it. See, they have something called separation of church and state. So the probate side is under ecclesiastical law, so they have that in the private, hidden from y'all, and only let y'all see the public. But all the money that is created from the probate side or the estate side. He's the creditor for everything going on. Every company going on in United States is done up under the credit of the estate. So let me go on. It says, I'm on page 5, register and scribes. Each court had its registrar and scribe to keep its act. So it just told you that the registrar keeps the acts of the estate. That means everything that's done in the estate name, your last name, has to go back to the registrar of birth certificates. The registrar of birth certificates is on your certificate of live birth. You go get it, you're going to see the name of that person. And he's coming out of the court. What is the court called? The court is called, why? It's skipping my brain right now. Hold on.
Surrogate?
Surrogate. Thank you, sis. Surrogate court, right? Surrogate court is set up to keep the checks and balances of estates, to know the debits and the credits of the estate. So everything you do in commerce goes back to the county, to the registrar of birth certificates, to know how much money came in, how much money went out. All right? And it just told you that. All right, let me go on. Each court had its registrar and scribe to keep its acts. The former was appointed by a judge of ecclesiastical court. Didn't I tell you it's up under the church? That's how it ties back into the Vatican and all that. All right. And then it says, in the 17th century, the registrar began to appoint for life under the letters patent of the bishop. So once he's in position until he dies. On appointment, they took the same oath made and the same declaration as prescribed by ecclesiastical judges, the church judges. If the efficacy of the ecclesiastical courts depend on any one man, that man was the registrar. He determined the time and the order of the hearing in the cases, entered the acts of the court in various registrars, supervised and dispatched with citations, letters of suspicion, and excommunication, and directly controlled the activity of the appertors, officers who executed the orders, decrees, and ecclesiastical courts. Now, when you hear that, I want y'all to think about John Wick. That was going on in John Wick. He was operating on the private side, so this is why he was using gold and silver, everything he was doing while acting as a church assassin. He was a church assassin. All of them was a part of the Roman Catholic Church of assassins and killers. Still going on to this day in real life. Most of your assassins are coming from some type of ecclesiastical court and church. Damn, Jonah. Yeah. All right. Let's read on. He received the fees, examined witnesses, and conducted inquisitions as ordered by the judge. A high standard of education and training was required for the efficient conduct of his office. He was of necessity a public notary. The registrar employed assistants called scribes who made the entries into the records. So when they put in the record that you was lost at sea, no one knows where you are, under the Sescavit Act, right? He made it where you weren't alive anymore. That's why they got to do a summons. A summons is to raise the dead to come to court. A seance, all up under ecclesiastical, which is going on today in your courts. Okay. Trying to find my place. I lost my place where I was reading.
At the present.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Good looking. At the present time in England, there are 4 probate registrars, assisted by a staff of clerks. So in probate, all the clerks work for who? They work for the ecclesiastical judges, clerk. They all work up under the clergy. Then it says, in addition, there are 16 groups of district registrars with a chief registry and certain subject registrars in each group. To qualify as a probate registrar, one must be a practicing barrister or solicitor of 10 years standing. Now, what I want y'all to know is, this is also why all the lawyers are up under the bar, the British Accredited Registry, all up under England, all up under the probate. They are all officers to probate the estate when they in court. Damn! It's like that. It's like that. One must be a practicing barrister or solicitor of 10 years standing, a district probate registrar of 5 years standing, or a clerk with 10 years service in the principal probate registry. Practice of the 3 courts. Probate acts containing the details of the process of proving testaments and granting letters of administration. So every time you in court and they talking about you gotta get a lawyer and all that stuff, they just did letters of administration. That's how you're in court, because they're administering the court or the estate. Letters, they've given letters and granting letters of administration. Were entered into the ex officio act books. They usually contain the name of the deceased, the names of the executors or administrators. So when I finish teaching y'all how to become an executor, they're going to put it in the books that who the executor is. Right? What am I saying? I'm saying officially, you're going in that position under the rules and the laws and permission or the rights of probate court. You have the right to do it. You've always been in probate. You have never taken over the position. You got to make them write your name as the executor. It's paperwork you got to do. Specific paperwork you got to do. And then when you do the paperwork, guess what? You think it's over? No. Do you know how to operate in that position? Do you know what to write to people? Do you know what numbers you got to give them to prove you have the authority? Can you prove what you're saying is true? Don't think you're just going to run around saying, I'm the executor, I'm the executor. Right? It seems like every day, every other day, I'm down at IRS or going to the county. You know what I mean? Getting that shit situated. But I'm way ahead of y'all. 15, 16, 17 years ago, I did most of the paperwork before I came out teaching. It's in my non-UCC. They've been told me I wasn't a U.S. citizen. Gave me a copy of my non-UCC and highlighted the parts that got me out of it. In my actually non-UCC, I have a will. Scott did a will making Jonah John Bay, Express Trust, the beneficiary. 16 years ago, I did that. 16 years ago, I was registered with the SCC, the SEC. You can look it up. You can just Google Jonah John Scott. It'll come up. Come up. None of these other gurus is registered. But, Jonah don't know what he's doing. All Jonah do is get people remedy. Jonah shows and proves. But let me go on. Let me go on. They usually contain the name of the deceased, the names of the executor or administrators, the notice of the grant of execution upon expedition, the inventory of the inventory. So they got to keep an inventory of how much money was taken out and how much came back, if any, right? The value of the goods and the fee charge. That's all the things that's going on down at probate for the estate, your last name. This ain't me saying it. This is a archaic book. This is an old book telling you how probate is ran, right? This is history. So let me go on. The books also contain various claims upon goods of the deceased, letters to the court requesting payments of debts or wages or any other miscellaneous papers. Now, you got to know, when you go into court, what they did was they did letters of debts and payments that the estate needs to pay. They brung you in there to administrate the estate and have you pay the debts. But I got to ask you something. Why would you have to pay money back on the money that is yours in the first place? Y'all been trained by all these other teachers to go after the middleman, intermediaries, Bank of America, AT&T, all of that. Oh, well, they didn't give me no loan. They didn't give me no valuable consideration. No, they didn't. You wasn't getting the loan from them. It's against the law for banks to loan you money. It's against the law for banks to loan you money here in America, right? Who been loaning you money for everything that you've bought has always been the estate. The middleman, Bank of America, just went and got the money for you and brought it to you, Jonah John. That's how the system, Y'all haven't been getting the remedy that y'all want because y'all are trying to do contract law and UCC law, which is contract law. You're not in contracts. Y'all are in trust. Let me say this real quick. Did y'all know a Form 56 is a trust indenture? When you do a Form 56, you're doing a trust indenture. This is why they all do Form 56. Because if you didn't do it and you're not the executor, then they do it. And they put in it what they want to do. As an executor, you're supposed to limit their powers or tell them what to do. Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all don't know nothing about what I'm talking about yet. The people in the classes are getting a feel for what I'm talking about, but most people don't know what I'm talking about. The goods of the interstates were collected by the apparators, and proclamation was made 3 times to allow persons to claim any debts owing to them by the deceased. Did you hear that? According to probate law, they have to what? Proclaim it 3 times. That's the administrative process they do to you before they can go to the probate. They bring you into court to administer the estate and get paid right out of court. That's what's happening to you every day. The court system is not what y'all been told it is. It is the administration of the estates, just like we just read. This shit is deep. Everything we thought we knew, we don't know. We got it in the wrong jurisdiction. The wrong laws for the jurisdiction that we're in. All right. And it says, regular fees were charged for probate, but no fees was charged if the total value of the goods was less than 1s, was charged for the totalings ranging from 30s to 100s. 3s for totals between 100s and 20 pounds. And of course, I don't know how to work that type of money out. This is a measurement of money from back in the days. I hope y'all getting a lot out of this. This is saying a lot, telling you exactly what's going on with the court system, with the companies and everything today. So I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to open up the call lines and talk to people, see what's going on with you. Now, can I get some ones if y'all liking the information? If y'all not liking the information, man, I can just hang up on your ass. You don't like it, ain't no need for you to listen. Get some ones in, all right, I see the ones in YouTube. What about, I don't see nothing going on in Instagram, so I'm about to hang up on Instagram. I can't get no ones. Ain't no way, ain't no need for y'all to listen. All right, I got some ones. I got some ones on TikTok and all that. Y'all gotta engage so the motherfucking why your shit open and you talking already?
I gotta go to YouTube.
Yo, bro, close down your motherfucking mic. Who cares if you go into YouTube? You were already on the show. You could wait your turn so I can call on you. What the fuck? Thank you for the ones, man. People refuse. They ain't got no etiquette. No etiquette. That's like if you walk in a room, people are having a discussion. You don't just walk up and start talking when you cutting people off that was already talking. You ain't supposed to do that. Y'all need to learn etiquette, man. Especially so you can teach it to your kids not to do shit like that too. I mean, I don't know. Who raised you? Who raised you? If you don't know that. All right, so let me get to the call lines, because evidently motherfuckers can't wait to talk. Harvey Bay, peace to Yahoo.
Peace to the teacher. Great information. I missed the first 10 minutes of the show, so I'm gonna have to
go back and listen. Yeah.
Hey, question. When we get the so-called loan from the bank, they get the money from our estate. So when we pay back, when we make the monthly payments and the principal and interest, does the principal go back to the estate?
The principals is paid by what your payments is considered a tax, right? And
so not just the interest, but the principal amount.
The principal, you see, I was about to explain it. You got to say principal and interest goes back. Supposed to go back.
Okay, so the bank isn't keeping any of that money.
They only get to charge a fee.
Okay.
You know, like
whatever.
If you are using their credit card, it's a certain fee associated with the use of the credit card.
Exactly. Okay.
You know, that's why bro, what the fuck? Mute out, my brother. Mute out. Caller 3, mute out.
And the security that's created, they trade that on the market?
Yes. That's also how they make profits for the estate.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that information.
No doubt.
And peace.
Peace. Silence L. Silence. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace, Yahoo. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Damn, yeah. So now, questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
28 days when they get it from the last show, and then actually the interrogatories. Every time, yeah, not for nothing, the gems, the jewels you drop, I'd be like, shoot, it's pointless to go after that.
It really is, but you just keeping yourself busy. You know, you're gonna learn a lot from doing that process and all that. You know, it's keeping you busy.
When you're like, for example, my injunction, one of the guys told me that you said it was nasty. I was like, my tax injunction.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm addressing the parties, the case numbers, do they have to be different in the injunction? Like, do I have to?
If you have a case, you would put the case number.
Yeah. Like, let's say I make a case number. What's today's date?
Yeah, if you got different case numbers for different people, if you're trying to step to several people, they all got different case numbers. Just like if you were in court, each court case got a different case number. Hey, can you close my door? They came in the house mad
I'll
loud.
come back, yeah.
They came in the house mad loud, so I didn't want that on, you know, in the background. But yeah, that's how that works. All right, then, peace. All right, DB, peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo. First of all, I just want to say thank you for doing the Shahada for us yesterday. That really meant a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing I want to say is, the guy that you just spoke to, did you just encourage us that we're going to be practicing when we're doing these writs and stuff until we're able to take control of the executive?
Basically,
I thought that's what.
I mean, you could win. You know, you got to do trust law and estate law, right? So when I have you using the Constitution, what is the Constitution?
It's what you just said, trust law.
It's trust laws. So you could still win. But here's my thing. Knowing that what I know now, a win ain't a win. Even if they dismiss the case, it ain't a win. You know why? It was money that was there. It was money that you were supposed to collect. So it ain't no win if I didn't collect my bread.
Okay, but you did. Now that was, man, I'm glad you said that.
Well, what a win was for us yesterday ain't a win for us today. I said I reserve the right to change my mind when new and better information comes.
So even if you're able to get like 15 grand off that dismissal by going back and doing the suit and all that, you still don't consider that a...
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Out our own estates, but I gave some thought about what
let me answer it. God damn, shut your ass up and you can't ask questions and just keep on going. What the fuck?
Yes, sir.
You got 15,000, right? Well, what if the case was up to 15 million? They gave you 15,000. Is that a win to you?
Nah. But even if you got the 15 million on some standard, you're saying
all of it came out of your estate.
Right.
So this is why I'm concentrating on learning how to operate the estate.
For clarity, and I ain't trying to discourage nobody. I just want to have an overall understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it true? No matter how we look at it, whatever monies we get at any point in our life,
every dime you ever get in your hand came from the estate. You in probate.
So we're never in the business of finding new created.
You ain't creating no new money, no new nothing. And they like to tell you a lie and say banks create money out of thin air. No, they don't.
Nah,
they make that money. They get that money from your estate. They don't get to just create money out of thin air. That ain't what's going on.
Nah,
that's something that they taught us. The other teachers taught us, and it's a lie.
It's full steam ahead on that executiveship. We're just going to continue to learn to be able to control all this ourselves.
Exactly.
And it's something you got mentioned the other day, man, and it's a little scary. And I fully understand how you say you had to fall back for a few years.
Man, I fall back 16 years.
Because even if there was 200 people on the bill and 150 of them finalize their executiveship, we would still be something to be seen, correct?
You would have most of the wealth. That one group would have most of the wealth. Y'all would go into the billionaires, the unknown billionaires. Maybe trillion. It depends on how busy your ancestors was. We don't know what. You know, I could have only $1 billion. You could have $1 trillion in your estate. Who knows?
But you said something that was key last week. You said once you continue to go back further enough, we gonna all touch each other.
We all gonna touch each other. We all family.
We all family. And I'm like, man, if he's able to control the 60 of us, why don't we just pool together? But that's another thought.
That's a whole nother thought, man. You know how many people might get their money and just disappear, don't want to be even bothered, you know? They ain't thinking about the rest. They just thinking about what they want. I want that Lambo, that's it. That's how they think. They want to stun on you hoes.
It's like an uphill battle even when the finish line is right there.
Well, this is why we're praying. This is why we're doing rituals. This is why to get the spirituality right at this. I'm working with y'all on all of that, not just one thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, after that shahada yesterday, I needed that. I had been fighting with that for months now. After I called you the first time, I was like, man, I want it. Because when I kept reading, I'm like, man, this seems very important right here. And And I don't want to just say
according
I took a shot.
according to ecclesiastical rules, probate, to be alive, you gotta do baptism. The shahada is a baptism.
And it's and in your experience and knowledge, I'm finna bow out. Getting this traditional baptism, like the so-called,
You can do it with that one too.
You can go with that one too.
Yeah, a baptism is a baptism. But if you ain't in the position of the executor to know what to do with it, what good is it? You know how many people get baptized every day? But they all in the public. They ain't dealing with the estate or nothing like that. You get the baptism record. What did you do with it? You were supposed to take it down to probate and prove you alive. And even if you did that, if you're not the executor, you alive, but you ain't got no executor, you still not seen as alive.
Right. That goes back to what I said. It don't matter how much knowledge you know, it's only how they accept what you present to them.
You got to know what you're doing. It ain't that they accept it. They're all just trustees. As an executor, you get to tell them what to do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, you can be the boss. You can be the boss, right? If you don't know how to act like the boss and direct people, it does you no good. You've been the boss your whole life. You didn't know what you was doing, don't know who to step to or nothing. So it did you no good. They just bringing you into court and extracting money from you. We just read it on what I read today.
Jonah Bay said we've been on interim status.
Yeah. Goddamn intern. You're an intern. The boss ain't acting like the boss. The boss is acting like an unpaid intern.
Yeah, we need to clear that shit up.
All right, wonderful talking to you, brother. All right, no doubt. Aaron L, peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo, Jonah. You were saying about the chilling. Did a little work on that and looked it up. He was talking about the 1/20 of a pound when we're dealing with the chilling.
Mm-hmm.
But it went back to the 1800s to show that.
Right.
But my question was about that bookkeeping. It was back in one of the paragraphs. He was.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go that deep into the way they were calculating the money, so I don't know if I could answer that for you.
But the bookkeeping is the difficult part.
Well, it just showed you how they were doing the bookkeeping. I just read it to you, right?
Well, that's all I would want to know about.
So that just proves that everything that you do in commerce goes back to that probate, and they're keeping a record of the ingoing and the outgoing, which is you're on the cross, which is accounting, the public side and the private side. When you're going to get yourself off that damn cross, being nailed to that damn cross.
Thank you, Jonah.
All right.
That's a good show tonight.
Thank you, brother. Silence L, you back again. What up? I think I must have went over people's heads tonight. Not that many people put their hands up. Silence L, what's up?
Yeah. So I'm thinking now several injunctions I did. My certificate of service. Now, how important is that? Because
absolutely important. It just told you in probate court, everything got to be done, what? 3 times, and you got to prove you did it. A certificate of service is an affidavit saying that you sent it to them.
No, I'm aware of that, Ashe. I had, for example, how I had it laid out initially. One of the injunctions I did, the parties and the addresses was above the statement certificate of service. Does that matter or no?
No. It's in the document. You swore to it. It's
Okay.
good.
I yield. That's all.
All right,
I
peace.
say. Peace.
Miles, I hear you got a testimony, dog. You little young ass.
Yo.
So what kind of testimony you got for me tonight, Miles?
Well, I had an arraignment in court today for the speeding ticket. I got.
Yeah, your ass need to stop speeding, motherfucker.
And what I'm learning here, I don't know. I'm just playing.
Now you can't think about it that way. You got to stay in honor, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I got my car though. You know what I'm saying? I was a little excited after work, just trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? I was going 84. You know, in the little 65 or whatever. But
Was you moving with traffic?
You said what?
Were you moving with the traffic, or you was going faster than everyone in traffic?
I was ahead of everybody.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got to move along with traffic. If you was at like 80, 75, 78, you'd have been cool, but go ahead.
Yeah. I try to keep it, within like 10 over for real at this point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't really be trying to waste time because I had to miss work today. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really just trying to be.
It costs you more money. That remind me, I need you to come over. I need you to look at my sauna. It's not working right. You're gonna have to troubleshoot it.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
I got you. Yeah, I'm an electrician apprentice. If anybody want to know, I got some business.
I would hope if I said I needed you to come and work on it, they would know that you was an electrician. I thought that was obvious, but
Yeah, hey, I just had to just.
Yeah, you might as well just make sure they know.
Yeah, double down. I need the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need the business for sure. So I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. So what happened? You went to your arraignment. You walked in. Tell me what's going on. Shit.
Yeah, I walked in. I was a little late, and
you don't be on that black people shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I walked in. They was giving everybody the pre-trial, the PTIT, the pre-trial intervention program, whatever that is. And so I walked in. First thing they do is ask your name or ask you who are you.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, yeah, I'm Miles. And they were like, okay, grab the paper over there. You know what I'm saying? Just checking in. So I looked at the paper, started reading it, and I didn't know what it was saying at first. And I was like, okay, this is just trying to get you to wave and say, okay, like, I went by myself. I ain't never been by myself for real. So they was trying to get, basically just trying to get you to waive your rights.
Exactly.
Trying to get you to sign the paper and say like, okay, we're not gonna give you no problems. You don't have to pay no fine or nothing. But either way, they're gonna get paid twice of it once you sign it. You know what I'm saying? So even if they are reducing your fine or whatever. So I was like, boom, I don't need this paper. So I was like, I told the lady, I was like, I need the other paper. She was like, oh, she started giving me an attitude like as soon as I said that. And I was like, ooh. So then she gave me the paper. And I sat there and read it. And on one side of the paper, it was saying you could say that you're guilty or nolo, and then the other side said that you was not guilty, and that you wanted to do a jury trial or I think a bench trial.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand what the shit was saying first.
Nah, you don't want no bench trial. You want a trial by jury.
Yeah, exactly. So it gave you the option to choose. And then under each side of the paper, though, it was like, okay, if you choose this option, then you gotta agree to that. You might have these certain stipulations. Or that
they got you signing a contract that you waive your rights.
Yeah, exactly. So I was reading that side of the paper first, like the NOLO side first. And I was like, I just asked him, I was like, can y'all explain it? Can y'all tell me? And one of the ladies, like she had told me. She just explained it for me, and I was like, okay. I was like, cool. So I signed everything on the jury trial side.
Did you already put in your writ of discovery or no?
What'd you say?
Did you put in your writ of discovery or no?
Yeah, I had already put that in, and they had sent me back the ticket. They just sent me back the ticket. So I was like, okay,
You know
okay.
you're not supposed to put in your first writ of discovery until after you do arraignment.
Well, that's why I didn't send in the motion to compel. I didn't keep going forward with it. So I was like, I seen that they had sent me that back, and I didn't mention it. You know, when they called me up there, they waited. They called everybody's name and everything. They were just missing people and all this and this and that. And then I was the last person in there.
That's
They
normal.
called me up. I was like, yeah, I'm here by special appearance only. And it was like, yeah. Are you trying to take this to, you know, do you agree to do the jury trial? And basically just reinforcing everything that was on the paper. And I was like, yeah. So then they gave me the paper to send to state court.
Mm-hmm. So now they went up to state court. Now, one or two things can happen. Most of the time when they go up to state court, they never call you back to come into court. It's over. Sometimes they do and want to test you some more. But we'll see what's happening.
Yeah, I'll see. My mom, she had called me because she knew I had court today. And she was like, oh, why'd you get sent to state court? Is that what you're really gonna do? I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to pay them fines. And then they're just not supposed to be doing that anyways. Like, I'm sitting over here.
Yeah, but you know your mom don't know nothing about law and all that, so she gonna be negative.
I met this lady that was in court too. You know, there's no such thing as coincidence. I met this lady in court. She was there. Yeah, this is unconstitutional. They're not supposed to be telling me I'm gonna have to sign my signature for any of these potential fees or anything.
Exactly.
She like started just writing down Georgia codes on the paper and gave it to him. She said that she studied from like in New York from Dougie Fresh dad. I think she said like
Hammurabi L. Yes, that's Shaka's father.
Yeah, that's I bet you your day. She was like, yeah, I got some of his files and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Shaka's father.
That's crazy.
Shaka's father was the one who taught me I was a Moor. Over 30 some odd years ago, almost 40. Actually, it was over 40. My bad. When I'm in Mount Vernon, I go to his temple and teach and all that too.
Yeah. I mean, bro, this is definitely some high level knowledge that helped me realize this really shit that like actually like, you know what I'm saying, people that's like rich, you know what I'm saying, wealthy people deal with type knowledge, you know what I'm saying. I already knew that, but it just like reinforced it more, you know what I'm saying? Because when she was like Dougie Fresh, I was like, that's a big ass name, like, you know what I'm saying, or Dougie Fresh dad and shit, like, the motherfucker, you know, walking around this man a whole day at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But you would never. But
I thought you knew that my partner is Dougie Fresh brother. When I'm in the private build, Shaka, that's his pops. That's his brother.
I did not know that.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not know that at all.
Long line of Moors right there. But anyway, thanks for your testimony, my brother. And slow your ass down. I don't want you getting no accident.
Yeah, I got one more thing.
What's up?
I got some taxes. I never filed taxes before.
Your father told me about it. We're gonna have to work on it. You got, get a consultation.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I will get with you.
All right, one.
All right, bro. Peace.
Oblial. I know I'm fucking your name up.
Brother Bay, peace.
Peace.
Hey, brother, I was going to ask you a question. I know, you've been teaching us about the estates and trust and everything. But before then, we were talking about Supreme Court with the writ of certiorari and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is your outlook now at this point? Has anything changed? Have you seen anything different?
I left that subject alone. I didn't even do the habeas corpus for y'all because this is more important and better.
No, I'm saying as far as from the point of view of knowing you're an executive, how do you look?
I ain't never been an executive.
One more time for me.
I'm not trying to be an executive, and I've never been an executive.
Or not, I'm sorry, executor.
Thank you. I just told you, being an executor is more important. You just asked me the same question twice.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have seen this and been like, well, things got a totally different, outlook on it. But okay, I got you. Well, I'll yield back my time.
All right, then, peace.
Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Scotty L. Bay, peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo.
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I got a court case, and I put in the writ of discovery, and this is my second appearance that I went, and the DA said that they would furnish the police report as well as the dash cam. The officer didn't have his body cam on and broke police policy, but they said that they was going to furnish that on the next court date. And it's going to be like...
what does that got to do anything?
I'm just saying that's what they said. That they
okay, what does that got to do with anything?
I'm just wondering if they're going to produce it or not.
Even if they did, what does that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying that they're saying they're answering the writ of discovery.
Obviously, you ain't studied the writ of discovery, have you?
I've been listening to the
The
SoundCloud.
writ of discovery wouldn't be in the SoundCloud, not the modern one, not the new one, not the one you're using. You had to be on these classes. You got to go into you're gonna have to go Patreon, Shaka's Patreon, to go listen to how to work that. But see, if you were in these shows, I read the rules to discovery. If they don't give you all the discovery, they didn't give you discovery. So when I asked you what that got to do with anything, the main shit you asked them to show you was a warrant and an affidavit in support of the warrant. And they didn't say they was going to give you that.
Yeah, he said they couldn't furnish that because this is district court.
Nigga, the Constitution said, this is what I'm saying, you getting me pissed off. The actual goddamn what's the name you going by? The discovery, right? It says that they got to have a warrant and an affidavit just to even come in contact with you. So you're telling me right now you really don't know shit. Now, what you're going to do is fucking Google right now. You ready? Google right now. You're going to Google Tricks and Traps of Court, number one. And the other one is a treatise on false arrest. You was falsely arrested and don't even know it. Google that right now. Google treatise on false arrest. It's false arrest if they don't have a warrant and an affidavit in support of the warrant, because that's what the Constitution tells you they must have to come in contact with you. You don't even know that. You're trying to use something you really don't know how to use yet. Now do that research, read that document. Treatise on false arrest. And change your mind on how you talking. Because if you go into court now, the way you are now, you're going to lose. Fuck through a cam. The only reason why you want the body cam and the car cam is to prove that he didn't give you a warrant or affidavit when he stopped you. That's not the main thing you're asking for. And if they don't give you everything, they didn't give you discovery. All right, get on it, bro. Next time I talk to you, I want to hear your language change up. All right, peace. Bay Biz 2. Bay Biz 2. I guess he don't know how to work it. I don't hear nothing. I'm moving on. Harvey Bay, you back?
Just another quick one. Regarding the now that we're on the executor path, are you going to go back to the what were we talking about?
Habeas corpus?
Before, huh?
Habeas corpus?
Yeah. Are you going to go back
I
to
am.
habeas corpus?
I am. I probably won't get to it until next year. Some people, they weren't in the classes. It ain't like they're gonna be able to do the executor, right? Yeah. So then I'm gonna have to go back and start talking about the habeas corpus for people who didn't get them lessons.
Yeah, understood. I see Miles is coming back in. I wanted to ask, how did Miles, how did you know that there was another paper besides the first one that they gave you? And I yield. Thank you.
Because they give you, this ain't his first traffic ticket. They give you two papers. One to sign away your rights and the other one to tell you your rights. And he was reading the one that told you that he has the right to a jury trial and all that. Those was the two different papers. And then the other one was the one that said he can waive his rights and go no-low and shit like that. All right?
Oh, okay. I thought they just gave him one at the outset just to trick him into doing this one. I didn't know that
they probably did. They probably would.
Nah, it was, so when you walk in, I guess it's some new stuff. Like the same thing happened to Alabama. They'll give you an option to plea out. Like you're not even pleading guilty or not guilty or none of that. They just want, because at the end of the day,
it's called no-low contending.
It's a bank. So they just want you to sign they'll tell you that they not going to fuck with you, but they just want you to sign your name on that paper and they still going to get the money at your account. So either way, they fucking you. So it's like, all right, so they're going to trick you at first by giving you the pretrial intervention form. That's going to what it say on the top of the form, that it is pretrial intervention. You know what I'm saying? So then it's going to be like, okay, well, when you sign this, we're going to say that you're not going to get a plea, that we're not going to have to negotiate with you, and that any fee that you have will either be negated or just reduced by whatever amount. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, you just see, it's just, once you understand it, you just see it. It's like, all right, I'm not trying to do that, because you're trying to get it sent to court. You're trying to do a trial. That's what they tell you in the Constitution, that anytime they try you, that you got to have a jury trial. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it's supposed to go. So when they do that, it's just a trap either way. So you're not trying to go for that. So then you tell them, all right. So when I walked up there, they had papers on two sides of the desk. On one side, it was that first form that you picked up. On the right side, they tell you, all right, pick up the paper on the right. It's like, okay, why they got two papers up here? You pick up the paper on the right. I told the lady that's walking around like managing everything, getting everybody to sign the pretrial intervention. I'm like, I don't want to sign this form. So then she was like, all right, so go get that one. Go get the one on the left. So they got two different forms up there. On the second form, it's two sides of the form that give you two different options. On one side of the form, it says that you can sign no-low or guilty. That's just on one side, and then you sign it. It's saying, okay, when you sign this form, that you're waiving your rights. You're waiving XYZ rights. So I was reading that side first, and I was like, damn. I was like, this shit don't seem right at all. Like, can somebody explain it? Like, what is this shit? You know, because it's like, you don't really know. So really, they up there serving you anyways. It's just a scheme and a stage for everything. Look on, it's all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can ask them niggas, like, for some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like what's up? Because it ain't even start yet, because the judge ain't even there for real. So they just in there wasting time. We in there for a whole hour and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask them niggas some questions. So the little young girl up there, like, the one lady, she was up there just hating and shit. you know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, you don't have to help her. She was like, nah, or you don't have to help him. And she was like, nah, I'm going to come help him and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I walked up in there looking good and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely
Okay.
to me and shit.
Cut it short,
So
nigga.
I'm like, yeah. So she over there explaining this shit to me. And I'm like, okay, this is making sense. So then she was like, you don't want to sign this side of the form unless you're trying to say guilty or not guilty, you know, or if you're trying to say guilty or if you're trying to plead nolo. On the other side is where you say that you're trying to go to jury or if you're trying to have a jury trial, which is what you
All right, you're over-explaining, Miles. We heard this already. This is the 5th time.
For sure.
All right. Baby's 2. Baby's 2.
Hey, Jonah, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing wonderful, magnificent, and great.
Okay, yeah. Hey, look, there's a couple things I wanted to know. You spoke on something concerning the birth certificate. I mean, excuse me, not the birth certificate, but the baptism certificate. Do you got to have that authenticated before you take it to the
I would. But that's not going to work for you. I just said even if you get baptized, it's still not going to let you control the straw man. It proves you're alive and you didn't know what to do with it. So why are you even asking about it?
Because I didn't know.
But that means you heard that part and didn't listen to everything else I said after that.
Yeah.
You're trying to take a shortcut. It ain't going to work.
Okay, so I can't use
I explained to you how everyone be getting baptized. Are they still straw men? Yes. What good is it going to do? So you're going to just run to church tomorrow, go get baptized, send it to probate, and then what?
Okay.
Your ass need to be in class to learn what to do. There is no shortcut.
Well, because of my financial situation.
Who gives a fuck? If you can't get money to make money and get money, that's your fault. Make more money.
Well, I could go out and rob a few banks or whatever.
Now you talking asinine. Come on, bro.
Okay, but anyway, Jonah. Hey, the other question that I had for you is.
First of all, let me say this. If you knew how to do a writ of discovery, you could have been doing that and making money from people to get rid of their bullshit cases. You ain't trying to make money, brother. I teach people. Yo, if you knew the W-4T process to get people not to pay taxes at their job, you could charge them to get them out of taxes and make money. You're not applying yourself, bro.
Okay. And then